are so excited to be here at the Pretoria National Botanical Garden at the launch of the Biodiversity Investment Portal. It's quite an interesting space that brings together the investees, people who own land, who own facilities, game farms, game reserves, nature reserves, landscapes, natural landscapes that are joining up with investors who are looking at opportunities to invest in. It's quite an interesting space in the sense that we get to talk to biodiversity economy in real terms, you know, bringing together the aspect of transformation, the very key issue of cementing the notion that we've always been talking about, that biodiversity is more than just ecological and related aspects, but it goes beyond that into bringing services and also bringing opportunities that are economic in nature, economic opportunities, social opportunities, spiritual opportunities, all of that. It's an economy on its own. I mean, we are aware that 2 or 3 years ago, when we launched the National Biodiversity Assessment, we indicated that this sector employs directly more than 480,000 people. Indirectly, in the value chain, is countless numbers, and therefore we're expanding that whole space through this initiative led by the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, and also SANBI, South African National Biodiversity Institute as a partner, UNDP as a partner, and all the other community leaders who have come in here as investees, pitching opportunities and sharing opportunities that are there that will need investment, that would also yield the returns that they've been talking about. So it's quite an interesting space that you can marry biodiversity and development at the same time, achieving sustainable development goals and many other issues that we are confronted with, the triple challenges that the country is faced with. Biodiversity can also contribute immensely in dealing with poverty, in dealing with rural development, in dealing with inequalities and many other challenges that we're confronted with. So we are so excited to be part of this, and we are looking forward to investors coming into the board and also being in a space where there's shareholding in a meaningful way and which will do so well from a sustainable development perspective, as I indicated. So we are, as SANBI, excited to keep on supporting this initiative in the best way we can through evidence that supports decision making and many other opportunities that can be unearthed. We can protect biodiversity, yet on the other hand, tapping into socio-economic opportunities that it presents. Thank you very much.
So at the National Business Initiative, we certainly believe that biodiversity is essential in terms of our economy, and there's a strong business imperative to actually take biodiversity seriously. I think the first real reason for that is that we actually have to solve climate change, water, and biodiversity as combined existential threats that threaten our society. So what we're really looking for is how do we build projects, how do we build investments that have multiple benefits. Benefits for society, benefits for the climate, and also for biodiversity as well. If we don't do that, we will struggle to achieve climate resilience and address our social challenges. If we're going to do that, we know that corporate South Africa has to have a strong business case for action, and investors need a business case as well. And we think there's a strong business case both in terms of risk and in terms of opportunity. If we look at risk, we know that biodiversity underpins our economies, but we also know that if we don't solve for biodiversity, company supply chains, company operations are at risk from fire, from floods, from droughts, from potential other extremes as well. So really investments in biodiversity are also investments in water, and they're also investments in operational resilience and the longevity of infrastructure and assets as well. And then on the opportunity side, the work that MBI is doing with the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment is very much focused on, are there ways in which we can actually develop commercial models or commercial business models that provide financial revenues but also protect biodiversity. And I think what we saw today at the Biodiversity Investment Portal launch is really exactly that, finding projects, initiatives and programs that are going to have benefits for investors in real terms, but also going to have strong biodiversity and social benefits as well. That's the combination of benefits we want, that's the shared value creation we need.